Assalamu alaikum, brother. What's your name?
Walaikum salam, sister. My name is Zaid. What's your name?
My name is Hiba. So, how did you hear about this matrimonial event?
On the Masjid bulletin board. So, how long have you been searching for?
For a few years now, honestly. Nothing is working.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the challenge been so far?
I don't know. I've attended all the events held by the Masjid, all the matrimonial events. But I don't know, for some reason, nothing's panning out. How about you?
Same. I've been going to every matrimonial event at the Masjid. I've been going to other masjids. But the result's always the same.
Interesting. What could be the problem?
If you attended an event at a masjid, chances are that's what the room looked like. A long divider and no interactions with the opposite gender. Or in some cases, there was an invisible barrier and guys are on one side of the room and girls on the other side. Now, I understand with the usual Quran, with tafsir class, there is no need to see the opposite gender, right? But how many events, or have there been any events where you are able to see the opposite gender? In fact, if you're looking to get married, is the local masjid a viable option where you can see prospects? My guess is that the answer to this question is no. I grew up going to an Islamic school most of my life. I was no stranger to segregation. But when I started looking for a spouse, I didn't find the solution in my local masjid. I actually found it online.
As someone who grew up in the Middle East, I feel like segregation is more of an issue in the West. Myself, I went to a Sharia school and we did not have this practice. Guys and girls used to sit in the same classrooms, except for classes like fiqh tahara, for obvious reasons. What we are concerned about as matchmakers is the lack of solutions when it comes to finding a spouse. Quite the opposite. Masjids are handicapping Muslims from learning about the opposite gender. If masjids are doing fun events, then it's usually a brothers-only barbecue or a sisters-only hike. But this brings me to my next point, matrimonial events.
I understand a lot of masjids are holding matrimonial events, and that's great. But the problem is that masjids are following a speed dating format, or just doing events where parents are bringing their son or daughter with their biodatas thinking this will help solve the problem. But the reality is much different, and the problem is getting much worse.
As professional matchmakers, we can tell you firsthand that there is a lot of shame and fear associated with searching for a spouse. And privacy is often one thing that clients bring up when we first speak to them.
As an organization, you want to find more organic ways to help Muslims get married, and of course ways that are halal and safe. The options are endless. They can be Quran reflections, hadith circles, debate competitions, book readings, hands-on crafts, game nights, intellectual discussions, barbecues, potlucks, the list goes on and on.
They should, of course, be guided, supervised, and have a dress code. The point is that Muslims understand that the masjid is a viable option they can turn to get married. And just remember, the more we close the doors to halal, the more the haram becomes enticing.
What have your personal experiences been with the masjid? Has it hurt you or helped you in finding a spouse?
If you enjoy this kind of content, then make sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and maybe share it with your friends. And inshallah, see you next time. Assalamu alaikum.